Have you ever noticed that the more available you are, the more distant he becomes? Or that the people who hold back just a little, the ones who don't rush in, don't overgive, and don't always show their feelings, seem to be the ones who leave the deepest impact? Today, we're going to talk about something incredibly powerful in relationships, which is restraint. Not coldness. Not manipulation. But a calm, quiet form of strength that makes someone unforgettable. So first, let's talk about what is emotional restraint. Emotional restraint is not about pretending you don't care. It's about knowing when to pause, when to hold back, and when to let the other person come to you. Think about someone you were once drawn to. Was it because they showered you with love instantly, or because they made you feel something deeper, something you couldn't quite name? Restraint creates tension. And that tension becomes attraction. It's not about playing games. It's about creating emotional space, and from that space, desire grows. 2. The unforgettable kind of presence. Someone once said that among all the people he met, the most unforgettable one wasn't the most attractive. It wasn't someone with the best body or the most charming smile. It was someone who stayed calm, centered, and respectful. Someone whose eyes showed appreciation but never desperation. This kind of restraint is powerful. It creates mystery, respect, and emotional safety, all at once. Even in moments of intimacy, restraint can speak louder than passion. A slow breath, a tender touch, a held back word, these things say, I feel something, but I'm in control of it. And that control is magnetic. 3. The emotional trap of being too available. In modern relationships, we often confuse love with availability. We reply too quickly, show up too easily, and offer too much too soon. But here's the truth, the more you give without boundaries, the more your value fades. Not because love should be withheld, but because people don't appreciate what comes without effort. When your emotions are too visible and too reactive, it signals emotional dependence. And emotional dependence, even when it comes from a good place, makes you easier to overlook. 4. What restraint looks like in real relationships. So how do you show restraint in a way that creates connection instead of confusion? It starts with managing your emotional responses. Don't panic when he pulls away. Don't chase when he grows distant. Stay calm. Stay grounded. And remind yourself that you are already whole. With or without him. This emotional stability makes you more attractive, not less. It shows that your sense of self isn't built around his attention. That doesn't mean ignoring him or being cold. It means you know when to pull back. You know when to let silence do the work. And you know that your time, your energy, and your presence are valuable. 5. How to create long-term attraction. Many people think long-term attraction is about being exciting or different. But freshness fades. What keeps someone close is your emotional stability. The kind of stability that comes from self-worth. From not needing someone to validate you. From knowing that you can love deeply and still walk away when you're not valued. And here's the secret, the more emotionally stable you are, the more emotionally unstable they feel without you. That's not manipulation. That's magnetism. 6. How to raise your value in his eyes. You increase your value by growing, in your appearance, your mindset, your career, or your confidence. Every time you choose yourself, every time you evolve, you become more irreplaceable. You don't need to ask, what do you want from me? You can say, here's what I need. Here's what I deserve. And if someone can't meet you there, you won't beg. You'll simply leave the table. That's not coldness. That's clarity. 7. The danger of self-sacrifice and the power of self-respect. Let's be honest. Many women fall into the trap of overgiving. They try to earn love by pleasing, by sacrificing, by proving their worth. But that kind of love comes with a heavy cost. When you give everything to someone who hasn't earned it, you lose the most important thing, your own value. And the more you lower yourself, the less they respect you. Instead of asking what he needs, start by asking what you need. Instead of over-explaining your feelings, let your actions reflect your value. Because true love doesn't come from being needed. It comes from being respected. 8. Final takeaway: be irreplaceable by being whole. If you want to be truly unforgettable in a relationship, don't try to be everything to someone else. Be everything to yourself first. Learn to be okay with distance. Learn to be at peace in silence. Stop trying to fill every gap with effort. Let your presence speak. Even when you say nothing. Because when someone knows that you're not afraid to walk away, when they sense that you're not driven by fear or desperation, they'll hold on tighter. They'll show up better. And they'll value you more deeply than ever before. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Especially if you've ever felt you gave too much and lost yourself in love.